Right, so I've got
the second half.
Axial Seamount.
What?
I've got Axial Seamount.
Why would you start with that?
I'm just throwing it out there as an option.
What the hell? We're trying to entertain people here. What the hell is an Axial Seamount? Blake, do you know what this is?
Probably. No, but
no, no one does.
Hey,
that's
Cornell,
right.
you can't. We know you're the smartest guy in the room. You don't have to prove it with topics.
It's an underwater volcano right there on the cusp, baby.
Didn't say underwater volcano.
Oh, it's called the Axial Seamount.
No one knows that shit.
Well, now they do.
Oh my gosh!
Give out the other topic.
He's
fine. Noah and FEMA.
Wait. I'm gonna dummy it down for the rest of us out here. Not my Cornell friend. Underwater volcanoes. Okay, that's the topic, Blake. All right, we're gonna go with Jordan. And what's your second one?
Noah and FEMA.
Noah and FEMA.
And that's not the guy with the ark. That's the guy that needs the ark now.
Yeah, the guy
he's gonna need the ark.
He's leaving town.
Right.
All right, so we have underwater volcanoes, which is AKA Axial Seamount.
Correctamundo.
Oh gosh.
Well, I get into the one
killing
Fuca
me,
Ridge.
Smalls. Jordan and what was that? Noah / FEMA.
Correct.
Right? They're together.
Yeah, they're related for sure.
Okay.
Jordan as in Michael or the country?
Well, we're going to find out. It depends
fine.
what he picks.
All right, pick that one because I know what an axial seamount is.
All right, give me an axial seamount.
You got it.
Axial seamount it is.
Okay. The axial seamount is a mile underwater, not far off the coast of Oregon. And it is starting to percolate, and it's done it quite often before. It's erupted in last time in 2015, but it also erupted in 1998, 2011, and 2015. Oddly, between January and April. So they're correlating. There's a relationship between as Earth moves further away from the sun, which will increase the gravitational pull of the tides, and the moon seems to have some effect on it. And they're predicting it's going to go again somewhere between now and 2026. It's right on the cusp or the break between the Juan de Fuca, F-U-C-A.
Not the
ridge.
Fuca.
De Fuca. Juan de Fuca.
Holy Juan de Fuca.
Not two de Fuca.
Yeah.
Juan de Fuca.
Yeah.
And,
well, if there's two Juans, you know what that is then. That's one-on-one.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, we're a step away from playing fire with Jose and Jose B.
Yeah.
And the Pacific Plate. So the tectonic Pacific Plate is obviously east of the Juan de Fuca Ridge, and they keep grinding against each other. Now, in theory, this is not going to be a devastating event for the west coast of America. But what's interesting is when these things purge and blow up, it, for the very short term, kills the sea life around there.
That's what I was going to ask.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. You're not leaving us any questions here.
So what would you like to know?
Yeah, I mean, you got to leave us some questions here because that's the only intelligent question I had. What does it do with the sea life? Now go. See how that we participated in that.
It comes back. Actually, it gets there. It kills off the sea life. The fish and stuff don't seem to be terribly upset by this, but the growth of plants and things like that come back very, very quickly. And this is where they're doing more research on finding that volcanoes are the incubator of life.
All right. So my question is, so how does the axial seamount affect this guy?
Oh yeah.
Well, if they didn't wear those silly gray uniforms that year, they would have won the national championship. That's all I'm saying.
I know it burns the hell out of the beavers. Well, you got. I mean, you can't just put one of them up. You got to put up the other one. You can't just be biased to one school there.
Big Ten forever.
Yeah.
Big how many?
Yeah. They don't even have 10.
Yeah, big how many? Right.
And they definitely don't have 10 that counts. So this volcano. I mean, and I'm thinking like Mount St. Helen. What happened around it?
Yeah.
So is this kind of like with the sea life? Is it kind of like back in the 70s, if you had like crabgrass or you had something like that, you just burn your whole lawn, and then you'd start over with a healthy lawn. It kills off the weaker things, which are the weeds and stuff like that. Yeah. So is this kind of
That's
on that same type of theory.
That's the impression I got,
It kind of erupts and then it actually flourishes after the fact.
Yes, it all comes back. It comes back healthier and brighter. Now, what the issue with this is there a mile below the sea level, the magma is much closer to the surface as opposed to when you're on land and not in the ocean.
Magma. Okay.
Thank you. All right. He's back. But on land, the magma tends to be more like 8 miles below ground as opposed to just a mile. So it's a lot easier for it to vent to the surface, though it's the underwater surface. It comes out, it vents, it steams, it percolates, and then everything comes back after it all gets frozen out.
So when this happens, all right, magma is when it's inside the mountain in the axial seamount, all right, and lava is when it's outside. In this situation, does the lava come out of the axial seamount? How does that work? I'm trying to visualize.
The magma comes out, and then
But once it's out, is it lava again?
No, but it's so cold it kind of
It hardens.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And Bobby's pointed out that there's going to be a lot of steamed seafood,
Okay.
so that's good. So bring your crab bib and your hammer.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm more of a lobster guy anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many lobsters there are around there.
You're a
It's not a
shrimp.
lobster kind of world.
You're a shrimp crusher.
Oh yeah, 100%. Shrimp all the way.
Yeah.
So that's that. And now it's anytime between now and 2026.
What is the name of this particular axial seamount now? What's it called?
The axial seamount.
Is that all it's called?
Yeah.
It doesn't have a name like
That's the
Mount
big- right.
St. Helen
It's
that is its actual name.
The seamount and the
okay.
axial, right?
So this is why you got to dumb it down for me, Lenny. Okay. I thought an underground volcano was called an axial seamount. This is the particular name
Right.
of this underground volcano.
Correct.
All right. Blake, was I the only one who thought that?
No, I definitely thought about it as well.
Okay. All right. So that's where
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the actual name.
Of this particular blemish on the ocean floor.
Pimple.
Correct.
Okay.
Pop it up on
Boil.
Ooh, why don't we send Dr. Pimple Popper down there?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's a gross show.
Ooh,
don't watch
that's
that show.
pretty
God,
nasty.
That's a gross show.
I can't watch it.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
remind me of that show. It was not pretty.
Yeah. It's still around, isn't it?
I think
yeah,
so.
yeah, it's still around.
Yeah, I thought so.